Sega.
In the name of the Emperor, finish this! Higher ground, we'll gain the advantage! Continue the assault! Reinforcements are coming! The monolith! We destroy that and this is over! Charge!
What a rousing introduction that was. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dawn of War Dark Crusade. I, as always, am Bunker Dunker, coming to you loud and proud from the interwebs that we're all plugged into. Come on down here and take a seat. We're going to take and do a playthrough of this. And if you haven't guessed, I'm more of a Tau player myself. I like to wear my nice weeaboo hat and my smoking pipe along with my smoking jacket and act as though I am pretty cool. But I want to thank you for all those who are sitting down here spending time with us. I know there's a lot of material out there. I know there's a lot going on. I appreciate you coming down here and spending time with us. For all those comments, for all those likes, for all those subscriptions, and all. For those people who are going out of their extra way to ring that bell. I can almost hear it on the horizon. Now let's get into this, shall we? Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Okay. So the difficulty differences here, don't let anybody fool you. It's old school strategy games. This is like golden era strategy games, RTS style. So the only difference in difficulty is how much damage your individual units will do and how much damage your units will have done against them. You know what? I think we'll do hard because I want to suffer.
The planet Cronus, beset on all sides by the tides of war. This once quiet colony became a savage battlefield. 7 armies clashed on this one world, each refusing to back down. Each convinced it was in the right. From beneath the sands of Cronus' central desert came the Necrons, ancient machines bent on eradicating all life. But another evil already had its eyes on the planet. From the depths of the warp, the demonic forces of chaos arrived to enforce their claim. To oppose these fearsome powers, the planet's rulers in the Tau Empire sent their elite soldiers and sophisticated battlesuits into the fray. From the mighty Imperium of Man came the Imperial Guard, there to secure Cronus for the glory of the God Emperor. Like a green tide, the Orc Horde descended on Cronus, caring little for others' claims and sowing destruction in its wake. The Eldar, ancient enemies of the Necrons, emerged from their webway to pursue their own agenda on Cronus. And last came the Space Marines, finest and most uncompromising of the Imperium soldiers. Seeing a world beset by aliens and heretics, they undertook a great purge. A dark crusade had begun. It could only end with the total victory of one of these factions, and the total defeat of all others.
What a rousing introduction that was to our many diverse factions here. Our 7 main factions. And for those who don't know, the series had 2 other games before this one. It had Dawn of War and then Winter Assault. Dawn of War had Chaos, our good friends Chaos, and the Space Marines. Winter Assault brought in the Imperial Guard and the Eldar. In fact, I think the Eldar may have been with them throughout the whole thing, but the Eldar play a more key role in Winter Assault. Now, with Winter Assault over, and we being in Dark Crusade, we get introduced to 2 more factions, which is the Necrons and, obviously, the Tau! The Great Tau and their war machine of ultimate destruction. And to commemorate that fact of such monumental might and power, we're going to play everybody's favorite faction, the Orcs. I know most people are probably sitting here saying to me, what? The Orcs? How can you play the Orcs? How could you ever touch the Orcs? And to say the least, it is the faction that I'm seeing people move further and further into, and a faction that has caught the eye of the Warhammer fandom along with Games Workshop itself. Because these guys, as it will be very evidently present, are the comedy. They have a lot of comedic elements. Not only their broken English, but also being the British in outer space. Bad teeth and all. So, to commemorate all of the love and joy and fundraising that the Orcs have done, we're going to do a playthrough as them. So, we are Warlord Gore Guts, and this planet is another prize for your Wa, or our Wa. Humies and Necrons and Chaos Boys are fighting over the world, but no one is tougher or meaner than an Orc, and no Orc is tougher or meaner than us. Call upon your hundreds of boys and crush all the under children under your boots. Let's get this started. Let's get this on the road, man.
Driven from Lorne 5, the Orc war boss Gorgut's headhunter managed to return as a greater threat still during the Dark Crusade. He formed a new war band from Orc freebooters and pirates and others pushed out of the Lorne system and set about raiding worlds on the outskirts of the Tau Empire, gaining resources along the way. When Cronus sent out desperate calls for help against the Necrons, Gorguts sent his forces to strike at a vulnerable target. Gorguts' war fleet dropped out of the warp only to find Imperial and Tau fleets squaring off above Cronus. The Orcs lost several ships, but the clashing fleets were unable to repel the large number of rocks Gorguts threw into the atmosphere. These massive landing ships, made from converted asteroids, smashed into the Green Coast and unloaded their bands of Orc invaders. There, Gorguts brought the local feral Orcs to heel and set about his conquest. The Wa had come to Cronus.
And what a mighty Wa that is, a mighty, mighty Wa. And you figure if you're dropping space rocks down, you've destroyed more out here. And it's also something interesting to note that he was able to capture and form the native tribes into something useful. So, let's see what we've got.
Welcome to the single-player tutorial of Dark Crusade. Let me tell you about it, that everybody skips me when I talk.
Alright, so here we are on the board. You see the Tau, you see the Eldar, you see the Space Marines, you see the Necrons, you see the Chaos Boys, and then you see those guys. The Imperial Guard. Oh, the Imperial Guard. The clowns of the 40k universe, don't worry. You know, if you joined up with those guys, you thought Afghanistan was bad. Just join up with those boys, they'll tell you how bad it can get. Okay, so we've got 2 locations we can jump off from. We can either go over here and fight Chaos and get some Storm Boys, and then we get Shoota Boys, or we can get Shoota Boys and then eventually move up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Shoota Boys and then take the forward base. It's not too bad to fight Tau. Tau are very easy to defeat in this game. They're actually probably one of the weakest factions in this game, just because they don't have certain buildings. And they don't have units like we do. So let's begin our attack. Let's see if I get my ass handed to me. I'm sure it will be. Because everything's going to be like a bullet sponge. So don't be surprised if it's going to be a little bit. I'm going to try and be fast and efficient. Because if you're not fast and efficient, these games will turn against you because the AI will pour units down your throat and drown you in blood. Because if they can't stop you with tactics, they will stop you with blood. Okay, boys, get your asses out here. Let's see. No.
We'll go all sneaky like.
Yeah, it's all sneaky like, alright.
I have the power of Gork and Mork.
That's something. Let me tell you, it's something.
Gretchen is
I
ready.
don't really need too many Gretchens. I haven't played the orcs in so long, it's funny. It'll come back to me though, I'm sure. My dementia will activate and I'll be like, ugh. So something that you have to remember as an orc player, if you don't have enough Wa energy, you're not going to have enough boys. So you need more Wa energy, and the way you get that is by building big Wa banners. Big Wa banners equals more boys. More boys equal more feet on the ground. More feet on the ground makes us more powerful. So unlike the Imperial Guard, who tend to waste their men with melee, you know what? I'll save my commentary on that when we actually fight them. Right now we're fighting Tau. Those guys who hang out in the back and start taking pot shots at you. Great.
What's it?
Great.
Please.
I think most of these guys, you can... Okay, so we do have to pay 30 for these boys. What are you doing? Yeah, see, this is when you gotta worry.
What now?
So, let's see. Let's see how hard it'll be.
He's gonna make it nice.
Probably. I'd imagine, yeah. See, he's already getting his teeth kicked in. He's already getting his teeth kicked in. That's not good. Come on, my grouty, hungry little orkers. Ah, there we go. He just murdered it. Okay, well, you know what? I didn't have to... Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about. You don't take on an orc in melee, especially if you're a Tau player. You are going to lose. Tau are not melee-based units. Don't have a lot of good ones. That's why they have allies. We'll talk about those when we come across them.
Which way?
Let's see. We want more supplies. Listening posts are good. I gotta stop clowning around as much as I am. Should be more proficient.
We'll make it orky.
Good. Make it as orky as you boys can. That's what I want. I want orky stuff. So you don't do what I just did. Normally what you want to do is get at least a couple ranged units along with your melee. Because what your ranged units are going to do is be able to break the morale of the enemy. Because they're being attacked by a force that they're not currently fighting. So it brings down the morale of the enemy. So when they get brought down, it's easier to kill them. So, even if we don't have superior firepower, we can at least spray enough bullets at the Tau to make them think twice about coming around.
Hello?
You know?
Who's there?
Come on, you little Gretchens. Little goblins. Oh. Yeah, and you also get flamethrowers with these guys. Boonas. Big boonas. You can only imagine how those would smell. Because you wonder what they use as the actual inflammatory liquid. What do you want? I want me some victory. I want me a slice of victory pie. If you ask me, that's what I always want. Some nice big shootas. Should say bigger shootas. That's what it should say, but it doesn't. It's what you would say. Yes, the sniveling little grots. Okay. We really gotta start pushing. We cannot clown around. Don't do what I'm doing, don't clown around. Don't let the Tau a moment of peace, because what they're doing is they're building up forces, and we can't allow that to happen. Now we want to take and eliminate their... Oh, yep, see, these are the guys you gotta watch out for, right here. These ones right here. Just torch them. Beat them up. Beat them up, boys. Beat them up. Again, you don't want them to get any of these Kroot allies on the field. You don't want them to get anything edgewise. You let them get an edge, they'll take a mile. So we're going to burn down their entire little town here. Yes. With your bronze and my brains, we've got this in the bag. Just shoot them. Little robots. Yeah, so this is their workers. They've got little robots that build their stuff. Doesn't look like the robots are very effective, though, against bullets. Ho, ho, ho. At least our Gretchens you can throw at the enemy. In case of emergencies, remember to throw your Gretchens. It's always good. It'll help them out. They'll gain some knowledge that way, you know? They'll go up like 2 or 3 levels in experience. Let's see. It's actually pretty funny that you see them fly. So, come on, what's going on? Yeah, this is what you don't want. You don't want these. You want melee hitting your range, you want range fighting melee from the range. You see, they've got just a turret there. They have no other defenses, and we're just wiping those out. And thankfully, I think it's kind of funny that we are actually still able to see those stealth teams. I don't know why. I think it's probably because they're attacking, but I don't remember. It might actually be an innate skill of Gorguts to be able to see them. I don't know. This is going to get bad. This is why, like I said, this is why you stay on it, because you will easily lose this. Especially on harder difficulties, because they're doing more damage than I can to them. So fundamentally, we're just going to have to sit here and do a slugfest with bullets. That's why you see me trying to capture more spots over here and gather resources, because if our first assault does not work, it's going to require us to get better arms, better guns, better bullets, everything. The whole shooting match. You're not going to be able to clown around. You're going to have to gather up the resources as you can. Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, my silly, silly men? My silly, silly orcs. And see, again, this is what the orcs do proficiently well, is fight. They don't fight these guys too well. It's kind of funny, though. Yes, they're going to keep pouring units out. This is not going to be good. Got to get more boys. More boys with more guns, more bombs, more bullets. See, the thing is, my issue is the fact that I'm not breaking morale fast enough. If you break morale real fast, you don't have to worry about having to sit here and have a long, drawn-out slugfest until they die. So as soon as that morale's gone, you can just punch them right now. Let's see. Just burn it. Burn it, burn it, burn it. Shoot the crap out of it. A better DACA. Okay, you fools. Get over here and stop clowning around. Give me some more supplies. Funny is, I don't have a lot of actual reactors, so I need to get some more reactors here. Other factions, you have to build reactors almost immediately. For these guys, I built like 1. But, oh, there we go. There we go, first victory. Right at the get-go. Great. I got 1 conquest, and Dawa has taken the desert from the naive Tau and Kroot. It's kind of funny, they say Tau and Kroot instead of Tau, Kroot, and Vespid. Because there is a contingent of Vespid that are with him. Okay, buddies. So he does automatically have the sight, so you don't have to worry about that. I think what we want... See, this is very good. All of his gear is pretty much unlocked, except for like the Mega Claw and the Mega Blasta, because again, you need the custom shooter and you need the bigger claw for those, and it's understandable. So let's see, what do I want to do with this man? I think I'm going to do the skulls first, because the skulls, you want to break morale faster. You really, really do. And once you start breaking morale quickly, again, you'll see how effective it is. So, now let's see what's going to happen next. This should be fun. Now, normally, whenever I do any of these matches, you always want to take and grab Fury, because Fury will allow us to do more per turn. And fundamentally, if you can do more per turn, there's no reason not to. But what we're going to do, I think, I'm going to ignore the forward base for now. I'm going to get more shooter boys, and then I'm going to get the spaceport. And then I'm going to drop here and get Fury. Then from Fury, you know, take out everyone else. The Tau aren't going to be strong enough to get out from where they're at. They're just going to have to deal with the Orcish Tide coming through and slapping them down at every turn. Because I decided to come over here. I could eliminate them right now if I really wanted to. But I want to save that. I want to save that for a more succulent time, you know? So let's see how bad this is. This should be actually pretty easy, from what I remember. The Western Barons. Okay, let's see what we've got in store, shall we? Let's see. You boys, I want you to do this. Grab that, grab that, grab that, and grab that.
We'll make it okay.
I think the one thing that is really funny about the orcs in this game is the fact that, yes, any of the stuff that you see being utilized most likely would have been looted. They don't tend to make their own stuff until later on in some of their invasions. So, it is interesting to see them with stuff already. I mean, besides, I suppose, some shootas, and more than likely any kind of choppas.
We'll do it.
Hey, look at that. See, they've all got the upgrade. That's why you always want these elite squads. These elite squads will help us out tremendously.
I'm not doing anything.
Yes, I know, if you're being a lazy shit.
No more kissing.
You know, could you imagine somebody just saying that? It's like, oh, you know, I'm not doing anything. It's like, you realize, you just saying that just makes me want to throw you into a ditch, right? You know? It's like, oh, I'm not doing anything. It's like, why?
We'll do it.
Why aren't you, like, repairing structures? Why aren't you making things more efficient? Let's get our boss. Whoops. Let's get our boss in this. Let's see. What was that? There we go. So angry.
Let's get loose.
Everybody's so angry and crude. So there should be... Normally there's a base here and a base here. However, since we're fighting the Tau, we should just have one base to do... Yeah, see, this is the Vespids. So this is when you gotta watch out. Vespid can be very mean, because they knock your units over. With enough ranged capabilities on the Tau, they can end up putting us down. So, let's try and maintain our supplies, shall we? Yes, you, get your ass over here. Yeah, you're going, but you're not going fast enough. He's pretty good if you take and get him into another Slugger Boy squad, so you want at least 2 Slugger Boy squads. My problem is the fact that I don't have enough of my elite guard to just have a few guys walk and do more unit, or more node capture, I should say.
Who's there?
Yeah, it's like any other war scene, you always need more supplies. You can't let supplies go. You let the supplies go, shit goes south. How about you get in there with these guys? How about you grab that? Grab that. And normally you want to grab those. Don't worry about critical locations. Those are garbage, and you only capture relics later on in the game. So that's normally during, like, yeah, see, this is what this is the shit that I really hate from the AI. The AI will do this kind of crap. You can't do this. AI can do this. And that is, it can build these, you know, fortifications and have these fortifications here. Normally, it's from the fortification menu. You could do it, but you can't build it in a regular game with the Tau. So, it's just hilarious that the developers did this, but you don't get to build any of them outside of that. Let's see. Oh, damn. So, always gotta watch it. You see how easy it is to cut down my units in this? That's why it's always good to be an orc. Be very smart and be orky. That's why you always have extra boys everywhere. And the only way you keep extra boys going is if you have more requisition. More requisition, more boys. That's the best thing about this game, is the fact that it allows instant repair of squads. Well, semi-instant. At least the deployment is instantaneous. The eventual...
No more kissing.
Oh, come on. Come on, we need more resources. I need listening posts.
I'm not doing
I need resources, man. I need resources. What are we under attack by? Oh, just a single guy? Yeah, he's dead. A single hoofed man is not going to be able to stop us. Not in his lifetime.
Orcs is meant for fighting and winning.
Let's see. Yep, you guys are done. Get over here. Well, you know what? Capture these.
Let's get loose.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to defend this location, so feel free to capture as many locations as possible. Build as many of these listening posts as possible. It's something that's required.
Stomp-in.
Because you are going to need them. So we need more Boona boys. Oh yeah, he can. So the mech boy can repair vehicles. So if you ever need vehicles repaired, the mech boy can do it. It's nice to actually have a secondary commander that's almost instantaneous. Technically, the war boss is your secondary commander, and your first commander is the mech boy. But since we, every time attacking, always have our war boss, that means we can get our second, quote-unquote, second commander instantaneously, and our first, we have to research. Or at least, I guess, what is it, recruit, train, whatever you want to say. Okay, there we go. We got. Did we eliminate them? There we go. Good. You always want to eliminate that as fast as possible. It's like a game of chess. Knock out the king, and everybody else falls over to your might. The banner falls. Everybody gets scared and runs away.